Hello world, Krista here with Books and Jams, and it is Friday and the sun is out and I'm very excited. Before I get started with all the things I need to do today, I wanted to film today's Friday 5. One of my goals for 2017 is to read 5 classics. Hopefully I'll read more than that, but that is one of the things I'm kind of keeping on my radar, is to keep some classics in mind. So today for Friday 5, I want to show you 5 of the classics on my shelf that I am hoping to read this year. Many of you know I'm doing a reread of the Anne of Green Gables series, and I do consider them classics, but I'm not including them in my 5 classics that I'd like to read this year. I also have a set of children's classics like The Secret Garden and A Little Princess and Call of the Wild that I'd like to read as well, but I guess I'm not counting children's classics too much in my list of 5 that I'd like to read. So let me just show you the 5 that are on my radar to read for 2017. I actually have 6 here because duh, I always have to throw in a little extra. I'm not really gonna spend too much time talking about Jane Eyre because I've already got this on my plans to read this April. So out of these 6, hopefully I will read 5 this year, and maybe I'll read all of them. We shall see. Jane Eyre was on my possibility TBR list for April, and I am going to be reading this with Maria from Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool, and probably Catherine from Jane and Catherine on Books. So hopefully we will be reading this during Tome Topple, and this is the only book I plan on reading during Tome Topple. Here are the 5 books, and these are in no particular order. So number 1 is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I actually don't remember where I got this, but I like that it is a nice big floppy paperback. I know that this is set in Russia. Is Anna the daughter of one of the czars? I honestly don't really know much about this. I think I've seen a movie adaptation a really long time ago, but I have a horrible memory, so I don't really know. I know it's huge, and I know it's a classic, and that is 2 things that intimidate me, but I'm hoping to sometime this year get a little jump on reading this and maybe even finish it. We shall see. Next is the one that I'm probably gonna save for the fall because it sounds like it's a little bit darker, but I know a lot of people here on BookTube have really been reading this recently in the last few months or so and love it, and that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have never read any books by Daphne du Maurier. And Rebecca, I believe, is about this girl who gets married, and the ghost, Rebecca, of his deceased previous wife, I said that in a really confusing way, kind of haunts the castle in a way. I guess all of the servants really loved Rebecca and are not too fond of this new wife. I don't know if I got that right at all, but I know tons and tons of people who have said that they love this book. So I did pick this up from Book Outlet, and I'm looking forward to reading this later on this year. Next in length, I believe, is Emma by Jane Austen. This is a hideous copy of it. I'm going to be keeping my eyes open because I know there are much prettier copies of it. This is just a little mass market Signet classic paperback. The writing completely fills, there's barely a margin, and it's teeny tiny writing. I need to find another copy of this. I'll keep my eyes open for one. But I have never read Emma. I've seen multiple different adaptations of it. I love the one with Gwyneth Paltrow. I love the BBC version. I love the story of Emma, but I've never actually read it. So this is Jane Austen's, one of her popular books that she's written. Emma is a matchmaker, tries to set people up. Sometimes she's successful, sometimes she's not. She has a lot of character growth throughout the book. Mr. Knightley is one of my favorite love interests in Austen's writing. Even though I haven't actually read him, I've seen him on the adaptations. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. Have you guys seen the YouTube adaptations called Emma Approved? It's a series on YouTube. Fantastic and a lot of fun. So if you guys have not read Emma either and would like to read it with me, let me know. We'll get to that sometime, maybe in the summer. All right, 2 left. I have George Orwell's 1984. I know a lot of people have been reading this recently because of the current political climate in our country. I want to hop on that train. It's a book I've never read. I think this is one of the original kind of dystopian feel books. A little bit science fiction, a little bit futuristic. I think this was originally written in the 50s, and I don't really know the storyline. I just know that it's a bit of a dystopia, a relevant book to be reading these days. So I would like to pick this one up. Finally, another book that I know a lot of people had to read in school that I never had to, so maybe this is kind of a children's classic, but Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And again, this is another book that people have been reading recently, and I think it was a banned book at one point. I don't know much about this either, other than it's about burning books and a fireman who meets a 17-year-old girl who tells him about a time when people were not afraid. That's just because I just read the back really quickly. So these are the 5 classics that I hope to read this year in 2017. Please let me know if you would be interested in reading any of these with me. Maybe that will motivate me to read classics more often if I read them with other people. I'm hoping that that works for Jane Eyre. I guess I should add this to the pile as well. I hope that that works for Jane Eyre. So those are the classics I'm hoping to read this year. That's my Friday 5 for today, and I would love to hear from you down in the comments if you've read any of these or which ones I should start with first, or help me to lose some of the intimidation I have about these classics, and let me know if you'd be interested in reading any of them along with me. I think that's it for today. I'll be talking to you very soon. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Push the little bell if you want to get notifications for when I make new videos, and I'll be talking to you in the next one. Bye!